serve people with disabilities, but in employment services, we don't talk in terms of disabilities because disability is just one barrier to work. There are others. Disability is one of many. Criminal background, we just heard a great presentation about helping ex-offenders. Long-term unemployment is a barrier to work. Skills no longer marketable is a barrier to work. Lack of soft skills, probably the big, we can teach people how to do things. We can teach people how to cook. We can teach people how to clean up. We can teach people how to serve, but it's the soft skills. As I tell some of our young clients when they come in, you're really good at this. You can really do these tasks. You've got some very good skills, and your skills are going to get you hired, but your personality is going to get you fired. They don't know how to deal with coworkers and resolve conflict without throwing punches around. They don't know how to relate to their supervisors. So these are the things that we really have to focus on. So these behavior areas are very, there's behavior issues. The point is you don't have to be disabled to have a problem. From an employment services perspective, it's a tough job, and with the economy being tough for everyone, it's especially tough for some of the clients that we serve. And our clients initially are perceived as being difficult to place because they have developmental delays, they lack these work readiness skills, so this is a bit of a challenge for us. And frankly, a lot of the jobs that used to go to the folks that we serve are now being exported to other low-wage countries, and that's something that we really have to take a look at and address, I think, as a society. When we look at employment, we think of it in terms of a continuum. If we could take every one of our clients, wave a magic wand, what would we want? We want them all to have a full-time job in the community without support. That would be the ultimate goal for all of our clients. But not everybody's going to get there. But there's a lot of things you can do along the continuum. You can work in our work centers. You can work in hospitality training. In addition to the placements in media, I mentioned we hire a lot of these folks ourselves. The other thing that we're pretty good at is training healthcare workers. We're going to train about 800 healthcare workers this year. About 350 of those will be certified nursing assistants. And we place a lot of them within our own organization and within some of our affiliate organizations. So not only is our training program pretty successful, but our placement rate is pretty high because we know we have access to the jobs within our own community. So we really look to try to figure out what, every client that comes in, everybody that we deal with, we want to assess your skills, we want to find out what you can do, and then we want to move you over time as far along the continuum as we possibly can. So what happens? When folks come in, they present certain things, cognitive disabilities, physical disabilities, behavior problems, whatever it might be. They want to find meaningful work, which will increase their independence. And so we've got to teach them skills and skills. But what actually happens to us, what we see is when they first come to us, they actually show some improvement. And then what happens? They actually get a little bit worse. After that initial period, the initial euphoria, some of the bad habits might start coming back, and they actually slip a little bit below the line. So then we have to prop them back up, dust them back off, and we get it back out there. And what happens then is then you start to see a gradual progression. Once they get it, once they've been on the job, once they've had that experience, once they've learned how to work in the workplace, that's when we start seeing stuff, when they get acclimated, that's when we start seeing the improvements. But it's always interesting to see the phenomenon of people actually appearing to do worse than we thought they would when they first joined us. I want to talk a little bit about the benefits. Marjorie's, I'm actually warm-up back for Marjorie. She's going to be a little more deeply into some training programs. But what we do and what we think about is what are the benefits to the constituents who are part of this program. The constituents include the client, include the communities that we serve, and they also include obviously the businesses we serve. We're not going to be successful working with the businesses in our community by asking them to take our clients out of the goodness of their heart. We have to give them a good business reason for doing it. And so the benefits to the clients are, they do get that increase in independence. Our name is Milwaukee Center for Independence. Our whole mission is to see what we can do to help you live more independently in the community. We have the self-esteem of being part of work. We're all Americans, right? What is the first thing somebody asks you after they ask you your name? What do you do? If you have an answer for that question, you feel better about yourself than if you don't have an answer to that question. And then also, just it's been mentioned a couple times, I think it's an important thing that our previous speakers have brought up. These folks represent some significant buying power. If you put money in their hands, they're going to spend it. And so this is a benefit to our communities and to our economies as we go along.